Okay, so welcome back to the Android alarm clock tutorial. Today we will be working on being able to turn off the alarm because in our last video we learned how to turn on the alarm and have it play a ringtone, but there's no way to turn it off, and unless you're making a really annoying alarm clock, you want to be able to turn it off. So let's see our checklist. We have done this. We have been able to cancel the pending alert, and this will unset the alarm, but it, obviously from our last video it does not stop the ringtone. We are able to start the ringtone with our alarm receiver class, and basically now we will be working on this, and it will take into account this thing, and it's basically you have to use extra strings. It's a big production, so this might take a couple of videos. So I have made a different one. It's basically this. So let me just walk you through it. So on our alarm on button, we can set the alarm using a pending intent. So we can hear a ringtone at a delayed time in the future. So we have done this. And we can cancel the pending intent. And that basically unsets the alarm, but as you remember, it does not stop the ringtone service. So to stop the ringtone service, we need something called a send broadcast signal, which it's like a intent but for the broadcast receiver, and it immediately stops, or it sends the signal immediately, which is what we want to happen, because with this one, we have a pending intent. We can have the alarm go off on a delayed time. But once you hear the ringing, you want to stop immediately. So this is what we want to do. So let's set up the send broadcast signal for our off alarm button. And here we are. Cancel the alarm. And now we have stop the ringtone. And this is very easy. It's send broadcast. It's a pre-made command in Android. And we want to use the intent. And what is the intent to go to alarm receiver? I forgot. It's just my intent. Okay. Go back down. My intent. Excellent. So this immediately sends a signal to alarm receiver, which immediately sends a signal to the ringtone playing service. So it won't be delayed, it will happen right away. But if you notice here, I'm just going to delete that, it doesn't really do anything, it just starts. So basically now we've made two start buttons. That's no good. So now we do the hard part, which is the bunch of if-else statements that will allow us to stop. And there might be a different way of doing this, but it's the only way I could have figured out. Alright, so basically, I don't know if I can move this paint screen up. How do I not show this bar? Oh, minimize the ribbon? There we are. Ah, maybe if there we are. Okay, got it. So now you can see everything. So we need to be able to make this if-else series of statements here, and you can just read it slowly. If you don't get it right away, just meditate on it. But basically, we will be having an ID, a boolean, from the alarm on, and it's going to be our service start ID. So when we press on, this boolean is going to be 1, and this will be used. We will do this with an extra string. I'll show you how to do later. And when we press alarm off, this boolean will be 0. And when we play our music, it also has a state. If the music is playing, then this boolean is true, music is playing, and if it's not playing, then this boolean is false. So we have two sets. And basically our broadcast is going to be like this. If it's not playing and we press the alarm on button, then we want to start the ringtone, but obviously delayed. But that's just automatic because we have a pending intent. And if it's already playing and we press the alarm off button, then we stop the ringtone, the broadcast. And I don't think we need these, but I just put it because sometimes people just like to press buttons and that they don't make sense, but we still need to have them. If the music is not playing and they just press the stop alarm off button for fun, then just do nothing. And if it is playing and they still just press the alarm on for some reason, they're playing with the buttons, they'll also do nothing. So I think in this broadcast we'll just set up this stuff, and then we'll work on the actual if else statements in the next video. Alright, so let me show you how to actually do the first one, which is put in extra strings, and that's with the what's it called? It's like put extra into the intent. So let me go to the alarm on button. Here you are. And you want to put this after intent, but intent's up here. Yes, so you want to do it before the pending intent, because by the time that the pending intent already takes the intent here, so you want to make sure the extras are put in before the pending intent. So put in extra string into my intent tells the clock that you pressed the alarm on button, and it's going to be my intent put extra. There you are. Yes, and we're just gonna say this is the section that we need, and our string is yes. Oh, well, it looks like we can also do Boolean values. I did not know that. Oh well, I guess the default is a string, so I learn something new every day. So you can play around with this, but I'm just gonna do strings because that's what I know. And for this, you want to same thing. You want to tell your clock that you've pressed the off button, and so this remember you also have to put in the intent before you actually send it out. And this is in this case it's the sim broadcast system, so it's put extra string into my intent tells the clock that you pressed the alarm off button, and that's going to be my intent put extra, and it's going to be extra, extra, and it's going to be no, actually I want to do off. Wait, I'm going to do what I say here. Yeah, I actually set alarm off and alarm on, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to be consistent with my thing, so I'm going to put alarm on and I'm going to do alarm off. Alright, so we've put in the intent, so I'm going to check this off. Check, check. Well, not really, because we haven't done the service start ID. So now that we've done this, we have to convert those to service start IDs, like I just said. Like I said, it's a doozy. So, actually, like I said, it's a lot. We actually have to pass this string into the receiver if we have it the alarm on button, because if you notice, if for here on the alarm off button, we put the extra here and it immediately goes into the broadcast, which is the ringtone playing service. So that's okay. But for the alarm on button, we pass it to the alarm receiver, and then nothing. It just gets stuck here. So we actually need to pass it again from the alarm receiver to the ringtone playing service. Yeah, it's super confusing. So here is how we fetch extra strings from the intent, and that's used this way. So first we call it string. So let's call it get your string. And we just call it intent. In this case, it's called just regular old intent. Intent get extras, and then you get the string, and you have to put the string key. And remember what it was our string key? It's extra. That's the key, and that's the value. Key value. So extra. And I will actually log this so you can see that it does get the on button. So what is the key? And then I will say get your string, and this will be in the log so you can see the key is going to be alarm on, but that's just just logging for fun. But actually before we go to the ringtone service, but after we set up our intent, we can put pass the extra string from main activity to the ringtone playing service. So that's going to be what's our intent called? Service intent. So it's service intent dot put extra, and it's going to be extra, and same thing, it's going to be get your string, and that will pass it to the start service. Now we have two ways of actually making it go in. So got this, got that. So now we can finally start the converting the these extra strings into Boolean values. So you're probably wondering, how do we first make these IDs? So I am going to first fetch the extra values, extra string values. So string state, and because I'm going to do that because it's going to tell us if it's off or on, it's going to be intent. Oops, because that's right there. Right there. Intent, get extras, same thing as before, get string, extra, that's our key. And it will be either alarm on or alarm off. So we're going to do a switch statement. And switch statements are like if-else's. Actually, I will show you something cool. I'm going to start off doing if-else because that's what I'm familiar with, and Android's going to automatically convert it to a switch statement for me. So, so you can see how it works out. So if state is equals to alarm on. What's going on here? Why? That's fine. That's fine. Actually, that's not fine, but we'll fix that later. Right, it might produce a null pointer exception. Oh, we can't start yet. We have to make a start ID. So, whoops. So we do int start. What kind of ID? Start ID. There we are. So now we can start doing it. So if it is on, then start ID is equal to 1. Right. I said else if state dot equals alarm off, and then our start. I wonder if we should actually use this start ID here. That's kind of made for us. You know what? I'm gonna do that. It's probably a good reason for it. Because who knows? I don't know. So if it's that, then we'll do alarm off. Else start ID, and we'll just do for default. We'll just have it do nothing. Can't go wrong if it does nothing. Great. And so yeah, this assert state equals null. That will say like, hey, if it is a null pointer exception, just don't go through this if else. That will keep your app from crashing. So this is yellow. I'm going to do a alt enter and replace with switch. Look at that. Automatically does it for us. So I think switch statements are maybe a little easier to read, especially for this. I don't know. Android likes it. You know, I guess it's better than various if else. And you see the breaks. That will say once it gets this, it just breaks. That means it stops and doesn't go on to the rest. But if it doesn't say true, then it just goes on. Anyway, that will be quite good. We have done this, and that, and that, and that. Excellent. So in our next video, we will be doing the music is playing true or false, and maybe we will start doing this. And once this occurs, then our thing can actually work. You know what? I'm going to do a demo right now, just so we can, not because our app will work, because it won't work, but that way we can. I just want to see these extra intents. These log files. Where we are. There you go. What's your key? Get your key. And I think I'm gonna do a log here too. Ringtone state extra is, and it's going to be state. Whoops, not that. State. So we can see that it does what our extra string is, and we can just see that our extra string thing is just checking that it works. So I'm going to start up the emulator, and then I will stop recording because it takes a while, and then I will start recording when it actually finishes warming up. Okay, so my emulator has finally run, and you can see my logcat in the background. So if I click off, yeah, it starts. Like I said, it didn't work, but if you read the logcat, we're set in the receiver, yay. So this should be here. And what is the key? Please work. Alarm off. So that works. So it's get your string, alarm off, and that works because we did click alarm off. And then also passes immediately to the ringtone player, and the ringtone extra is state. And what is state? State is alarm off, so that works. Maybe I should have also pressed state ID, but you know that it works. So I guess in our next one we'll have this. That should be nice. State ID is whoops, not state ID. Start ID is that. I'm going crazy here. All right. And so that we have a log of that, but you know, that's just for our sake. And if we set this to 204, 1204. You see how that works? I think. Excellent. So you can see there's no way to stop it. Just bad. So let's see. We are in the receiver. Yay. That's Good. What's the key? Alarm on, because we pressed the alarm on button, and also things off here. So the alarm on works. I am a little curious, especially for this. Why would that? I don't care. Would that go into the receiver? I'm gonna clear this off for a minute and press this again. So I guess it does go into the receiver. I see. So even so I was incorrect. So the broadcast also goes into receiver, doesn't straight go into the ringtone playing service. Well, you learn something new every day. So with this demo, I showed you that we are passing our strings correctly when we press alarm on and alarm off, and this will be good because it's going to help us do this if else statements, which will help us stop and start the music as an alarm clock should work. Alright, so see you guys later in my next couple videos, and we'll try to finish this up. Bye!